Yep, many of our clients have moved here, but not for the hype, and definitely not because they were chasing some trendy zip code or craving a high-rise view of downtown Raleigh or a North Hills mansion. They moved because their family needed more space, more calm, more real life, without giving up the connection, the convenience, or the community that they loved. And they found it in Garner, North Carolina. Now let me be clear, Garner isn't flashy. It's not the neighborhood that ends up on every influencer's list, but from the moment people pull into the city, it feels like home. So if you're trying to figure out where to land in the Triangle, especially if you're tired of the traffic, the trend chasing, and the price wars, this one is for you. Let me show you why Garner isn't just worth a look, it's worth a life. When people think of moving to the Raleigh area, they usually go straight to places like North Hills, Cary, or Apex. And listen, I get it. Those towns have the name recognition. They're shiny, they're busy, they're branded. They have the rooftop bars, coffee shops on every corner, and a vibe that looks great on Instagram. But you know what they don't have? Breathing room. Backyards that don't bump up to the neighbor's kitchen window, a pace of life that doesn't feel like a constant rush. That's what brings people to Garner. It wasn't even on some people's radar at first, but once they started digging, it checked boxes I didn't even realize it had. It has room to grow, trails to explore, great schools, parks, local restaurants, and an energy that feels both grounded and alive. Garner has this rare mix of we've been here a while roots with we're still growing momentum. Now I know what you're thinking, that's great, Lance, but where even is Garner? What's around it? What's the distance to the airport? Or is it really connected? Location is everything, and Garner, it plays its position way better than people give it credit for, but it's up and coming. And shocker, guess who's the #1 fastest growing town in Wake County? Garner. That's from ABC 11 in Raleigh-Durham. One visit to Lake Benson Park and I knew the traffic slows, the trees get taller, and suddenly you feel like you've been here forever. This isn't some suburb with a few scattered neighborhoods. Garner is a full lifestyle. Massive green spaces, fishing piers, walking trails, kayaking on weekends, and White Deer Park. It's not just a place to let the kids run, it's 96 acres of real community. Playgrounds, education centers, and yes, turtle crossings are out there. Saturday errands turn into an accidental adventure for the family. Hit Lowe's for mulch, grab coffee at Full Bloom on Main Street, swing by the farmer's market, and somehow you've made memories without ever planning it. Now let's talk about daily life. Everything you need is within reach. Groceries, you've got Publix coming, Food Lion, Lowe's, Aldi, and soon, even a Wegmans. Dining, you have Big Ed's, which is a Garner classic for breakfast. Locked and loaded sports bar keeps the locals full and the TV's tuned to every game. And for date night, Shady's or the original Carolina Ale House has that low-key vibe without the drive into Raleigh. Need a gym? You've got O2 Fitness, Burn Body Boot Camp, and more private studios popping up every month. Burn Body Boot Camp, which my wife uses, has amazing challenging workouts. They are high tempo and they will kick your booty in the process. And here's the thing, nothing in Garner is trying too hard. It just works. You're not waiting 45 minutes for a coffee. You're not weaving through 5 traffic circles to get your kid to soccer. You're flowing. You're living, and that matters more than people realize. Garner's neighborhoods are just different. You'll find new communities with cul-de-sacs and sidewalks that connect real neighborhoods where kids still play outside, and then you've got the older pockets with full-grown oaks, front porches, and homes that weren't built in a rush. You want options? There's a house here for every kind of buyer. New builds in Adams Point or Oak Park are amazing, but they don't feel like they're trying to impress. These houses are just doing their thing. Clean, consistent, local. Many of these areas don't need neon signs or valet stands. These communities have roots. There are also custom homes with half-acre lots in Turner Farms or Heather Woods. Many say that Turner Farms is peaceful and rural with modern amenities. That is something most of our clients truly love. And even some of those hidden gems, 1960s brick ranches that have been loved, remodeled, and passed down from generation to generation. The best part? People don't leave Garner. They stay. They invest. They know what they got, and they know it's rare. And if you're watching this thinking, this actually feels like my kind of spot, that's actually what we do, is help people figure that out. So whether you're moving from across the country, like we did sight unseen from Southern California 8 years ago, or you're just ready for something new in the Raleigh area, my team and I can walk you through it all. And don't think we're too busy. Reach out anytime. Our info's right here on the screen. And we want to be your Raleigh real estate team of choice. Now next up, let's talk about our families, which are very important to us. If you got kids, Garner delivers. You're in Johnston County or Wake County, depending on the neighborhood, and both give you access to some of the most highly rated public schools and growing magnet programs in the country per niche.com. Plus, your minutes to Southeast Raleigh, Magnet High, and private options like St. Mary's, Ravenscroft, and Thales Academy are a short drive away. I've got neighbors who work in downtown Raleigh. They only commute 20 minutes flat using 70 or I-40. Others work remote and just love having a screen porch and space to breathe. And we even have folks who left Cary and Chapel Hill because they were tired of paying too much for too little. This is the kind of place where people wave, where someone actually mows their lawn when you're sick, where kids bike to each other's houses, not just FaceTime each other. Our clients move to Garner for balance, for peace without isolation, for connection without chaos, and honestly, it gives them all of that and more. Garner isn't just some cookie cutter, one-size-fits-all type of neighborhood. This place has range. You will see so many people remodeling, upgrading, and loving their houses in Garner. What most families do here is pass their houses down from generation to generation, which means inventory can stay tight. Some of the best buys here aren't brand new, even though there are quite a few brand new to choose from in Garner. Some of the best ones are the ones with good bones tucked onto an oversized lot with room to breathe, and it can add value. Maybe some of the houses need new floors, maybe a kitchen, refreshed, but you're not buying a house, you're buying into a city that holds its value and never tries to chase trends. Visually, this place is a vibe. There's wonderful landscaping and front yards that actually look like someone cares, and you have all the walking trails through White Deer Park and Lake Benson Park, basketball courts, and so many things for you and the kiddos to do. You will see people everywhere, walking their dogs in the morning, playing some pickleball in the afternoon, and hanging out at Shady's in downtown Garner. Garner is this weirdly perfect mix of established, new, and alive. Nothing feels stale, but nothing feels chaotic either. And when people say they feel like they are home from the second they pull into Garner, this is the part I'm talking about. Tree-lined houses, real neighbors, space to stretch out without feeling isolated, and parks to take the kids to. But here's the real test of a neighborhood, how it fits into our actual day-to-day. Now let's focus on Garner. It doesn't just look good on paper, it functions, and that's what matters when the dust settles and you're living day-to-day. We talked about the schools. Cleveland Middle School has a strong performance for students and an A- rating on niche.com. And Rand Road Elementary School is amazing, ranked an 8 out of 10 on greatschools.com and has a B rating on niche.com. Also, Raleigh Charter School, which is right outside of Garner, is the number 2 ranked school in all of North Carolina and has an A+ rating on niche.com. Garner is a place families intentionally move to, not places they end up by default. Well-rated, well-rounded, and within a stress-free drive to just about everywhere in the Triangle. Now for you coffee lovers like us, this one's personal. There's a spot in Garner very close to most neighborhoods, and don't tell them the coffee tastes anything like Starbucks. You might get thrown out, but the coffee is amazing. Full-blown coffee roasters off of Main Street is something to die for. It's part coffee shop and part breakfast sandwich shop and part just hang up off of Main Street, and it's easily one of my favorite low-key finds. This place simply does it right. It's the small touches they do that make it one of my favorite spots. And for that clean modern vibe, the Muse off of Timber Drive is also close, and it's always reliable for a quick grab and go. Grocery runs, like I said, are not a challenge with Lowe's Foods, which is a premium selection. You can shop, have a glass of wine or a draft, and enjoy the community while you shop. There's also a Publix opening up this year, which are many of our customers' faves across the country. I stock up at Lowe's every 3 weeks with our top-end selections like the ribeye cap, bison burgers, and king salmon. Also, their deli has amazing boar's head meat. And don't forget the Asiago butter in the bakery section for some amazing garlic bread for the fam. Garibaldi's Italian food is amazing. It feels like you just got adopted by someone's nana. It is consistently voted as some of the best Italian food in the Raleigh area by TripAdvisor. One of the places that you'll have to go to is Alexander's Mediterranean Cuisine. Their hummus plate, ooh baby, is awesome, and their baklava is amazing. This food will hit you with bold Mediterranean flavor that you'll have to post your plate before you even bite into it. Now how about White Oak Grill and Lounge? It's a classic in Garner. If you want some tacos, try La Cucina, which has some good beef and chicken tacos, and you definitely need to try the guacamole. This is what I mean. Garner doesn't need to be flashy, it's consistent, it's comfortable, and it fits day in and day out. It has everything you could want right at your fingertips. But I want to dial it in even tighter. Errands and commutes. How fast can you knock out your to-do list on a random Tuesday? Because the real wins, they are in the day-to-day. So here's the truth. Any neighborhood can look great on a weekend walkthrough, but what about your Tuesday at 4:45 p.m. when you're trying to grab dinner, swing by the pharmacy, and dodge traffic trying to make your kid's soccer practice? That's the test, and Garner passes with room to spare. The layout in Garner makes errands feel almost efficient, like you're never more than 10 to 14 minutes from anything you need. Grocery stores got you covered. Last minute birthday gifts from Target, easy. Emergency vet runs or pediatrician check-ins, it's right in Garner. The main arteries to US 70, NC 50, and I 40 all get you everywhere you need to go. Garner is built for flow, not sprawling like Raleigh or jammed up like Durham. You can get across Garner fast. Commute-wise, it's one of those rare Raleigh areas where you're close to everything. You can be on US 70, NC 50, or I 40 heading to downtown Raleigh, the airport, or hang out in Durham or your neighbor, Clayton, whenever you want. Whether you work remote or downtown or you work at the RTP, you have a great option that doesn't drain your soul. Even stuff like takeout or quick grocery runs, this is the kind of city where you can make a list, hit 3 spots, and still be home before your podcast episode you wanted to catch is over. And I can't stress this enough, that king of frictionless living is something you don't notice until you finally have it. This is another spot where Garner sneaks up on you because people hear suburb and they think boring, cookie cutter, nothing to do, but Garner, whoop, flips that on its head. It's calm, yeah, but it's not quiet in the way you think. It's alive, just at the slower, more intentional pace. Let's start with some of the great places to live. Adams Point, one of the more sought out communities of Garner. Its community has large home sites, community pools, sidewalks. It's just amazing. It also borders Lake Benson, and many say Adams is a laid-back community. Brittmore is known also for their family-friendly living with spacious homes. Fun fact, this land was actually owned by the Britt family in the early 1900s. It has a clubhouse, outdoor pool, playground, and miles of walking trails with community garden areas and access to the Neuse River Trail, and has a close proximity to Raleigh and one of the better kept secrets in Garner. Chadbourne community offers scenic custom homes and is an all-brick estate-style neighborhood and also known for large lots, privacy, and being upscale. It features a clubhouse, tennis courts, and a community pool. It has close access to Highway 42, Highway 50, and the I-40. The next neighborhood, Kendall, is a beautiful community with craftsman-style homes on massive lots. You don't often find an affordable neighborhood with lots this big and a community with a saltwater pool. Then there's Turner Farms, which is a beautiful established community with plenty of those trees I was talking about, and some amazing recreational facilities like a swimming pool, tennis courts, and a playground. So whether you're relocating from across the country or just ready to level up your lifestyle without maxing out your mortgage, this is a place we're seeing up close. Because when you turn onto that quiet street, feel your shoulders drop and realize, whew, you're home before you even unpack, that's what people are looking for. If you want to move to Raleigh and you want a place that feels like home on day one, not something you have to grow into, this is a city you need to see up close. My team and I would love to talk you through the neighborhoods, the process, and the lifestyle. Whether you are local and leveling up or relocating from across the country, we're here to help. No pressure. Just straight up advice from people who live it and love it. So my number is right here on the screen. Whether you want to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. If you want to keep exploring Raleigh like a local, check out the playlist that I have and also on our sister channel, Life in Raleigh NC. We have deep dives on neighborhoods, hidden gems, and everything you need to make your move with confidence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.